Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Coming up on today's show, I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman who, well, he's a Philadelphia area native, and he is all things golf. He's like a golf everyman. He's an author of 5 books, soon to be 6. He is an editor of the Golf Journal. He also is a golf course owner. His name is Tom Coyne. You've probably heard the name. You've probably read some of his work. Tom Coyne coming up next here on Inside Golf.
The 27th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Yes, we are at a golf course called Aronimink, and my guest is Tom Coyne, who, you know, in this day and age, Tom, people get involved in everything in social media if they want to try to get their brand out there, themselves out there, whatever. And you call them influencers. Are you a golf influencer because you are into just about everything good about golf?
Oh, well, Harry, that's a tough one. Thank you for saying that. And it's nice to finally get to talk to you. I've been watching it for all these years. And I couldn't think of a more appropriate place than to be here at Aronimink with you. So wonderful to get to catch up. But am I an influencer? I guess if someone wants to give me some money, yes, I'm an influencer.
You can sell something for them, huh?
If I can be useful in that regard, or it makes sense business-wise to be an influencer. But no, I really just sort of think of myself as, a golfer and a pretty crazy, sick golfer who has done a lot of different things and can't get enough of it. So, yeah, it's about stories for me, right? I'm out there looking for stories, and I'm out there looking for adventures, and I'm out there looking for experiences that people in this game are going to find interesting, you know? So I would like to think of myself more as a golf storyteller than a golf influencer, because usually what I'm trying to post is telling people about a place or a person that I think they're going to find interesting.
You certainly have spent a lot of time writing about the game of golf. You've authored 5 books. The latest right now coming out is a golf course called America. And I want to give you some crazy stats, folks. Listen to this. You played golf in 50 states. Mm-hmm. You played 295 golf courses.
Yes.
You played 5,182 holes on those 295 golf courses, and you covered 1.7 million yards. That's a lot of par 5s.
You know, that's the thing. You got to put it into yards because, you know, with all the books, it's been fun. Ireland, Scotland, America, all the travel books. It's been fun to actually kind of break it down into a scorecard, right? And say, like, how many yards cumulatively did I play in golf? And then what did I shoot? Like for Ireland, I was like 500 over. Which, when you play the whole country, is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I was quite a bit more over.
Did you keep all the cards?
Yeah, all
you
the
have
cards.
them stored away in a shoebox someplace?
It's quite a large box for America. They are stored away. I try to keep them somewhere prominent, and somehow, thanks to my wife's help, they find their way to the basement. But we've got all the cards from all the trips, and it's someday I'll be able to go back and maybe actually put a list together of all the courses I played. But if you go in the back of the books, you can see everywhere I played, what I shot, and all the statistics are there. So it's kind of a fun thing to do at the end of the journey and really think of it, the totality of, like, here's what I did for the last 4 months or 8 months or 2 months, and and then think like, wow, that was really something.
Yeah, and I would imagine, you're talking about, you're in the business of, or the delight of telling stories about people you meet, whether it's on the course or somewhere related to golf. You must have met a lot of people in that writing.
I've been really fortunate because, as you know, Harry, this game's about the relationships and the people that I've been able to meet through golf, and then unexpectedly through the books. People who read the Ireland book, heard I was going to do it in Scotland, reached out and asked if they could join me. And there was a group that, in the Scotland book that came over that I had never met aside from email. And we traveled Scotland together for a week, and now 10 years later, they're still my best friends. People I talk to all the time. And so, and they're not people who, our social circles or our geographic circles would have interacted otherwise. So I'm incredibly fortunate for that, or grateful for that. Those relationships that golf has given me, around the country, around the world. But honestly, even just like with the folks, the great guys I played with today, I think, especially for, a dad who's wrapped up in, a lot of other things and what my family's doing. If I didn't have golf, I don't know if I would spend a heck of a lot of time with my peers and be able to call them friends. And so that's a pretty great thing.
Yeah, well, you certainly have golf. 5 books, as we mentioned, editor, the Golf Journal, and here it is, some of the greatest golf photography.
Yeah.
I'm not blowing smoke here.
Thank you. We don't do swing tips. We have almost no advertisements. It's a book that you collect and put on your coffee table and pick it up and can have a quiet moment thinking about golf.
Yeah, take it into the reading room, folks.
Exactly.
You'll never put it down. Do you remember the first time you picked up a golf club?
Wow. The first time I picked up a golf club, I can't tell you the day, but I can tell you I probably did it begrudgingly, because my brother my older brother was a very good player, and I didn't think I wanted to do anything that he was good at, right? I wanted to do my own thing, and my dad played golf, and so no, I'm going to do baseball, or I'm going to do this. But it didn't take me long. By 8 or 9 years old, I was going to the junior clinics at Rolling Green. Grew up in media, and it was, the initial frustration, but you just hit one good shot, and then you started playing interclub, and what was fun about being at Aronimink today, I still have memories of being here, 12, 13 years old, playing for Rolling Green and playing against Aronimink, and remembering the matches and remembering going into the comfort stations and not signing anyone's name and taking way too many free snacks, and all those great things you did when you were kids, and so I do remember getting the bug pretty young, and that competitive element of wanting to get better and beat the team in Aronimink or beat the Leonard guys, and trying to get after it pretty good. But these teams were stacked. I mean, it was a good generation. Whether you go from Michael McDermott to Chris Oil to Brad McFadden, there were a lot of my peers were some serious young amateur golfers.
That's a pretty good roster of the Golf Association of Philadelphia players. How about that?
It was a happening time.
Tom Coyne is our guest. We're at Aronimink, and we're talking everything golf with a guy who does just about everything in golf, including he owns a 9-hole golf course 2 hours north of New York City. Back to talk about that with Tom here on Inside Golf.
The Golf Association of Philadelphia. Founded in 1897, GAP is the nation's oldest regional or state golf association. We serve amateur golf in Eastern PA, Southern New Jersey, and all of Delaware. GAP welcomes all golfers, junior or senior, male or female, public or private. Join the Golf Association of Philadelphia today. Our mission is always to preserve, protect, and promote the great game of golf. Before you tee it up, look us up. Visit gapgolf.org to find out more.
Parking is free! Hey! $4! Yes!
With so many affordable things to do in Montgomery County, PA, go ahead, freak out.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues. Beautiful Aronimink, Newtown Square.
with Tom Coyne, talking everything golf with Tom, everything he's involved in, and that list is lengthy. We talked a little bit about authoring. We talked about being an editor of the Golf Journal. And right before the break, I mentioned that you own now a golf course 2 hours north of New York City in Sullivan County in Liberty,
New York.
And it's called Sullivan County Golf Course.
It's called Sullivan County Golf Club. How about that?
So what the heck? Just what you needed, something else to do.
I thought, yeah, I need more things to do. I should buy a golf course. No, it came about in a really a pretty wonderful way. I was, as you know, we were talking about the social media before, and I got a direct message, I think on Twitter or something, from a superintendent who said, you know, we have this wonderful 100-year-old 9-hole golf course in the Catskills. It's going to close and go on the market and be sold, you know, probably for property. Would you like to come see it? And maybe, do you know anyone who could help us out? Now, at the time, the America book had been out, and I had a book deal for another book with Simon & Schuster with Avid Reader Press, but I didn't have a subject. So at some point, you need a subject. And I thought, well, what if this is the story? What if it's sort of like We Bought a Zoo? So I went up and met Sean Smith, the superintendent, who's just a very special, wonderful guy, and cared so deeply. I went up there in like February, March. You couldn't see much, but I could tell Sean cared so much, and I know that I knew that's the kind of person where we can do something special. You know, it just felt right. I think at this point in my golf life to sort of, I've consumed a lot of golf, to get on the providing side of it felt like right, and it felt like, for me, I've seen golf from all the different angles, but this is a completely different perspective. You know, when you're on the other side of the desk.
Right.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Are you a good listener when the members come in and say, hey, Tom, I want to talk to you about the condition of that green on number 3?
I was going to rename the course Hey Tom, because that's, when I'm up there, there's a lot of Hey Tom questions from my guys or from members. And so, yeah, I think I'm pretty good at listening. But I'm also, I think, have a pretty clear vision for what we want to accomplish up there. So we did end up buying the golf course over the course of last winter. And this year we built 3 new holes so that we could put in a driving range. It's a 9-hole facility, but now we have great food. We have great golf holes. We have a putting course. We're dog friendly, and we're 2 hours from Manhattan, and you can come up and spend $50 and golf all day and eat and bring your dog. And there's not a lot of golf courses you can say about that around Manhattan.
Create a lot of memories, huh? And
absolutely.
You got, I'm sure some Philly guys have been up there to sample.
It's been great. You know, we had the big crew from Waynesboro came up last year, because that's where I'm playing my golf, and so it's great to get their support. And yeah, we've had a good Philly contingent. We're drawing from New York, North Jersey. We're getting some folks coming from New England. So it's been nice. It's been nice, you know, to, you know, as we started off talking about that influencer angle, using the social media as a medium to communicate what's going on there, and saying, hey, this is there's a cool golf course that you can come play for just a little bit of money and have a really special time. There are no tee times. It's not stuffy, and you can have a great day. So that's without social media, there's no chance of success,
right,
in terms of getting new people into the area. So it's been great.
Didn't I read too that Sullivan County at one time had as many hotel rooms as like any county in New York? Maybe it's outside of Manhattan or
Sullivan
something
County,
like that, right?
So this is, where I'm located in Liberty, New York, is the heart of the Borscht Belt, Dirty Dancing country, right? So mega resorts. And back in the 60s, 70s, yeah, at one point it had more hotel rooms in that county than any county in America.
That's amazing.
As far as it was explained to me. And now, a few hundred. Because all those huge resorts, the Grossingers, the Concord, Kutchers, they closed. And the golf courses closed with them. And so everyone in Liberty who played at Sullivan County Golf Club would have worked at those resorts. So it became an area that it was pretty hard hit.
You know who worked at Kutcher's back when he was in high school? He was the tallest bellhop in America, Wilt Chamberlain.
I'd heard
That's right.
that he did
You
work.
can
I didn't know
Google
his
it
pictures,
and see
but
pictures. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. He would've-
So you're not the only first Philadelphia area guy to go up to Sullivan County.
Happy to follow in his shoes.
There you go. Big shoes to fill, though.
Indeed.
But you're doing a pretty good job. You wrote about your own experience trying to make it on to the PGA
Yes.
Tour. You got to Q School.
Yeah.
In fact, I read you even played a round of golf once with Michelle Wee when she was younger. Of course, you were
Yeah.
too, right?
Indeed. I mean, that was a great experience. That was my second book, Paper Tiger, where the idea was to sort of go out and live every golfer's dream. And that dream is like, if I could just play golf all day, how good could I get, right? You know, instead of hitting one good shot, could I string it together? So I went and played golf 542 days in a row with a coach, a shrink, a trainer, a nutritionist, a sponsor, everything the pros have, I got for myself. And I went out there and went to Q schools around the world, Australia, Latin America, Canada. I don't want to spoil the ending of that book for you, Harry, but
Okay.
you may notice that
I haven't seen your name on any
sitting
leaderboards.
here at Aronimink playing,
Talking to me.
losing a $2 Nassau this afternoon, and not on any major tours. But I promise the book has a happy ending.
You
And
could have
it's-
been somebody,
I could have been
Tom.
someone. I took my shot though, Harry. No
That's right.
regrets, and
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
no. And it is a happy story, and it's just about, even if you're not into golf, I think it's a story that's about, you know, what if whatever you love to do, what if you could pursue your passion with everything, and what is that experience like? And I'll tell you what, it's not all roses, and it's not all sunshine.
Right.
And those ups and downs, and especially in golf. So
I'm reminded of the expression, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. But you
Better.
still love the game. You didn't lose your love for the game of golf.
no, because Harry, I'm still under the impression that my best round
Just waiting for you.
is still out there. I'm looking at this golf course right now. Get my clubs. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Hey, let's go to a break. We'll be back to wrap it up. I got one more big question for Tom Coyne. I'm going to make him nervous now, I guess.
I am.
Back with Tom in just a moment.
Our Teed Off panel is brought to you by Lulu Country Club.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues, and we're with our Teed Off panel here at Lulu Country Club. And our guests today include Marty Emino, Director of Operations from GAP, the Golf Association of Philadelphia. Harry Mays, he's from the podcast Swing It and Ding It. And how many people listen to those or watch those podcasts every week?
More than I
What are
can
the
count.
numbers?
More than I can
More
count,
than you
Harry.
could count.
Yep.
How about that? Peter Clark, Director of Golf, Head Pro, right across the 13th fairway at Manufacturers. Good to see you, Peter. Good to see you, too. Marty, let's start with you.
Oh boy.
What was the worst day on the golf course you ever experienced? Or days, we'll make it plural, and how'd you handle it?
Well, I'm on the golf course a lot,
I know
just
you are.
based on my job.
Not just as a player.
Not just as a, well, more as an employee than a player. I would say kind of, if you throw it all together, one of the most memorable bad days on the golf course was when I just started in GAP. I think it was 5 years in. I was going to play in the Spring Net Championship up at the club at Morgan Hill, it was called at the time. You know, doing okay, not really a competitive golfer, hanging in there, making some bogeys, making some pars, and then put 2 or 3 out of bounds on a par 4 for a smooth 10 to shoot 90 and a little DFL.
Okay.
So not the greatest of first tournament experiences, but you know, we finished, and always remember, you know, don't hit the driver and don't pull it on the, you know, on the back nine there.
Can I assume that's the highest number of strokes you've ever had on one hole?
Yes.
Recently?
That is
Relatively
double digits is
speaking.
strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's in a league of its own.
Yeah, it is in a league of its own.
Double figures for Marty Emino. Okay. How about you, Harry?
It was a Thursday, early September 2017, and I'm at the 1912 Club playing by myself, just three or four balls a hole. Place was empty. And I'm on the 13th hole, short dog leg right, and I hit one shot over the green and was walking across the green and going down the green complex. It was a hill to go retrieve it, chip it back on the green. And I lost my footing and on acorns, was covered in a sheet of acorns because there was 5 huge oak trees right behind the green. Only one exists today. They cut down 4 of them, not because of me. But my ankle went into a little trench from runoff and snapped like a twig, both bones, tore both ligaments on the inside and a full dislocation. And I'm laying there on the bank of the green complex waiting for 10 or 15 minutes until somebody stumbled upon me.
You got no playing partner.
Because my cart is 30 yards away, my phone's in my cart. And
who found you?
It was an assistant pro who was there for 1 year. And he was playing by himself and hit a shot over near me about 20 or 30 yards away. He thought he hit me, but when he came up on me because he saw me laying down. And I said, no, your ball's over there. I got a bigger problem. And I looked at my ankle and it was going to 9 o'clock. And I lifted it up to 12 and it fell right back down and he almost lost it. I said, could you please call the ambulance, have him come in the maintenance area? I'm telling him how to get it because he didn't know the property as well as I did. And how did I handle it?
Is this hole number 13?
Hole 13.
So every time you play that hole today?
It's one of my favorite holes on the golf course.
Still?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, how did I handle it?
You think about it every time you play or no?
I think about it every time I get up, Har.
Yeah. You still have aches and pains?
Oh,
right?
yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, so you handled it pretty well.
I did.
You're recovering. We were working Temple football radio
That's right.
broadcast. You were my sideline guy.
Yeah.
And I heard about that maybe the next day.
It was,
or
it was
that
4 or
night.
5 days after the Notre Dame game out at Notre Dame.
Oh, wow. How about that? Well, Touchdown Jesus didn't do you any favors, did he, huh?
Well, you couldn't see him from the field anymore. Remember, they built that upper deck. That's why.
That's right. Yeah, they made all those improvements. Poor Harry's laying there for 15 minutes. Oh, boy. All right, Peter, how about you?
My most embarrassing day up at Butter Valley Gulfport.
Butter Valley?
Butter
Where
Valley.
is that?
It's a little north, getting towards the Poconos. I forget the town. It's a public golf course with an airplane runway running right through some of the holes.
Wow.
8th grade, probably starting to play some serious golf myself. Getting out there, parents are dropping you off at the course, playing with friends. And I got my dad's set of clubs, so I have my dad's irons in my bag. And it's the first time I'm using his irons. I hit a bad shot out of a bunker. I think it was on the 11th hole. And a reaction of a young kid, I chucked the wedge out of my hand, and there's a pine tree behind me, didn't see. And the wedge is, I'm still up in that tree to this day.
How'd you explain that to your father?
I waited for a while. I held on to that one for a while, and then I said I lost it.
Oh.
So I don't know if he knows. He might find out from this video.
Did he go try to find it in the tree, or?
I don't think he's still. I think
no.
he's still
so
unaware.
he may be finding out the real story.
Exactly.
The story behind your
this
story.
might be vetting my lies to him.
Well, we do a lot of first timers here on Lead Off and Inside Golf.
That was a tough day going home and
That's
trying
in a category all by itself.
Trying to find an answer for him. That was a tough
How many
one.
years ago you were?
That was probably. I mean, heck.
We'll give you a chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 15, 16 years ago. Yeah.
Look into that camera and apologize.
I'm sorry, Dad. That burner sand wedge is still up in the tree.
Did you get him, like, for Father's Day, a new wedge or anything like that? Or?
I've taken care of him since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being a golf professional has definitely helped out in terms of getting golf equipment for my family.
So we had that incident. We had Harry falling down. Marty. I mean, you guys have had a tough life on the golf course, man. Pains.
Yet we still come back.
It's all good, Harry. It's
I know.
all good.
It must be a great game to get you back out there, huh? That's
all
not
good.
the shot that got you back on the golf course.
No.
Right? That's unbelievable. All right, we'll be back. More of Inside Golf coming up in just a moment.
Hi, Tony Salucci with the Beacon Group of Companies. If your company has between 50 and 500 employees enrolled in your health insurance plan, there's a really good chance we can reduce your costs significantly and increase the benefits employees receive. How do we do it? We put you together with several thousand employers of a similar size across the country so your company can get amazing buying power. Schedule a conversation with one of our employee benefits specialists today at mybeacongroup.com.
Back with Tom Coyne to wrap things up here on Inside Golf with the author, the editor, the professor, golf course owner. I had one more question for you. What's your next book going to be about?
So the next book is definitely and I'll reveal it here. I can even tell you the title.
We got a breaking news exclusive, sort of.
A little bit. I think some folks might know about it, but yeah, I mean, so we did a course called Ireland, a course called Scotland, a course called America.
A gentleman's game?
A gentleman's game and Paper Tiger were the first two. And then this course called Series, and when we finished America, I told my wife, don't worry, I'm not going to do a course called Australia or Canada. So the Sullivan County project, where I've bought the course and operated it for 2 years now, that's a course called Home. Okay. So I'm up there not just to be a part of the community and do something in golf. I'm there for the story as well.
Right.
And
put the Coyne stamp on it.
Put the Coyne stamp on it, and quite a story it is. It's a fascinating place. It's been through a lot. There are a lot of heroes that are going to be a part of the story, and that are bringing that area back, and have been there and care deeply about this course. It's been around for a really long time.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it'll make it to the New York Times bestseller list as soon as it comes out. I know you don't have any subtitles in those first 5 books. I don't think you do. But maybe, like we discussed, a course called Home. Hey, Tom.
Right?
Hey, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Tom Coyne. We finally got together, in the same spot.
Yeah.
In a beautiful spot. The sun's still shining here at Aronimink in the fall. And Tom Coyne is still going to write some more books and God knows what else, because he's done just about everything one man can possibly do when it comes to the game of golf. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks for joining us. Hey, golf's a great game. Just ask this guy, Tom Coyne, and we'll see you next week on Inside Golf. The 27th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.